The people that know me like back then in COVID knew I used to do.
It sounds like cocaine. If you're lonely, you know I'm here waiting for you.
Talking about lonely.
Damn. Hey guys, what's up?
Welcome back to another podcast. So firstly, we'd like to apologize for last week. We even put on our story saying that, gonna have a guest on the podcast. And but as you can see today,
Let me explain the story what happened. This guest, okay? I was touched by it. We just did a lot of prepping and we had to do a lot of rescheduling. And this guest also asked to come on. I'm not gonna throw shade or whatever to who the person was.
She's probably watching and she's probably like,
we don't know if it's a she.
They, them, my bad.
And basically they canceled twice, and then on the third time we were supposed to shoot, they just ghosted me. So hopefully they're okay, whatever they got.
And the funny thing is, hey, I still say to Ethan, that's fine, man. Like, let's just shoot anyway. Bruh, dude was touched. He was like, nah, I'm not going on the podcast. I'm not in the right headspace to go on the podcast.
One thing that irks me, it's like a pet peeve of mine, is, and by the way, I'm fine with this person. I don't know what they have going on in their life, whatever.
No, obviously wish them the best.
I hate it when people waste my time.
No, I know that.
I put time into something and planning, and I give my time. Okay, no, let's not go into it.
But as you can see, today is a pajamas day and
pillow talk day. Please.
Pillow talk
part 2.
As you can see, it's not as we didn't have that fun skit from our previous pillow talk. Because today is a bit more serious, and we're going to be talking a bit more about
the previous skit my father told me about how God made Adam and Eve and not Adam and Steve.
Crazy
type shit.
So we're going to be chatting about something a bit more serious, and that is being lonely, as you've noticed from Ethan's singing in the beginning. So I'll play that clip.
We also just want to. Do you want to tell them about why we wanted to speak about this?
Yeah, my bad. So the reason why we actually wanted to go into this was there was a couple of people that came up to us and said that they have been feeling lonely lately, and they generally enjoy our podcast, and they feel like they resonate with us. They feel like they have a bond with us in a sense, and that when we miss a podcast or miss a few weeks, and they generally notice these things, and
it's because we do open up a lot of our personal lives, so it's literally you're friends with the camera and the person across from the camera. By the way, we're not celebrities. This was 1 or 2 people.
I said multiple. Yeah, 1 or 2 people.
Sat with us and felt like this is something we really want to talk about. So if you don't mind, I'm going to take the charge here on this part.
Please do.
So as he said, it's pillow talk, but the first time was more the gossipy side of the night. But now we want to sort of go into the more darker, deeper side of the night. That sounded very cringe and maybe I'm Batman, So.
The alpha.
So when they spoke about their loneliness, it really sat with me, and it made me again talk to the camera like it's someone I care about. So imagine, all right, we've all experienced this. It's a Sunday night, and for some reason, all these thoughts are just flooding your brain right now, and you feel very isolated, alone, overwhelmed, frustrated, these types of things, and you feel like it all can be getting a bit too much, and maybe you've tried to reach out to people, and you're still feeling very alone. The difference is there's a difference between being alone and being lonely. Lonely is the one we don't want to feel. And something I can promise you now is that whatever state you're in right now where you feel lonely, you're not going to stay that way forever. You are an important person. You are we as people reflect one another and we learn experiences from one another. Where you are right now, being lonely can also be a gift in a sense. We've been in friendships, we've been in not even toxic relationships, just relationships where you can feel sort of sick of this person, drained, all this negativity. And now that you've actually just wanted to be alone as well sometimes in those situations.
Yeah.
And now where you are right now, you actually have that time. Don't focus on the space of no one wants me, I'm no one's priority. Focus on the space right now that I can actually finally put time and effort into myself, refill my cup. We've all heard this analogy. We've probably gotten like sick of it. If you keep pouring your cup into someone else, who's going to fill your cup? Now you actually have the time to do it for yourself. And to my people pleasers out there, think of it like this, right? You will go out of your way to do something for that particular person you have in mind right now. Okay, you know who they are. And you will, like, if they ask you to help move a house or do something for them, you will be the first one to do that for them. You're a people pleaser. Okay? Homie, you can still be a people pleaser, but just focus on yourself right now. Okay? Take yourself out to go watch a movie. That money that you would have used on this other person, go decorate your room. Go focus on yourself. Be a people pleaser, but actually start doing the stuff that's good for you. You get what I'm trying to say?
Like, I feel like always putting yourself first in every situation. I'm not saying be selfish, but putting yourself first. Like, my needs and my mental health is more important right now than the next
pleasing someone else.
Yes. And just know, like, when someone else needs help, that's not a thing of like, oh, I come first. It's not. We're not trying to say that type of thing. It's when you're in a state like where you need help, you need to put yourself first. And those people that also need help, they need to also put themselves first, and they need to not rely on others to help them. So it's like almost like a ripple effect. If that next person, if you feel like I need to help this person, I don't know, this is how I feel. Like, if I know you need help, but I need help so much more, like, I can't help you if I'm not mentally okay. You know what I mean?
The drowning person can't help another person drowning. I get what you're saying. And just a reminder, going back to like the first part that I said, you're not going to be lonely forever. It's a phase that you're in right now to ground yourself again, to find who you are again, to refill your cup again. You are a priority. No matter how alone you may feel, no matter how excluded you may feel, you are a priority to someone. The fact that you're still here, because it's something in the back of your mind saying that, like, I can't do this, I can't do what I want to do in my head, means that you know someone actually cares about you, and someone would be shattered if you were not to be here. That type of thing. And I actually want to ask you, when you feel like deprived or you feel like your cup is empty, what do you do to sort of...
So I would say, like, there was one area in my life where, like, I wasn't necessarily lonely, but I was so lost. And I remember the one thing that really, really helped me, like, realize how to fill up my cup was COVID.
I thought you were going to say cocaine.
COVID. COVID, I think, taught me a lot, like how to be alone, how to accept myself. Before COVID, I was this person that would try to make everyone laugh, try to be that people pleaser. You know what I'm trying to say? Like that young person that would just, like...
You wanted validation. Yes.
Yeah, do anything and everything to be like someone to someone else. You know what I mean? And when I was alone in COVID, the people that know me, like, back then in COVID, knew I used to do...
it sounds like cocaine.
I used to do...
cocaine.
Yeah, I used to make Christian, like, TikTok videos. I don't know if you knew that.
I do remember that.
Do you remember that?
I remember liking them. And they were bad.
They were bad. They were, like, I look back now, I'm like, yo, bro, like, you didn't even brush your hair, like, you really look crappy, like, the camera angle, everything's bad. But, like, I feel like what I said was...
Could have been worse.
Yeah, it could have been worse. But
going back, how do you fill your cup?
Yeah, no, I'm getting it. Sorry.
Still getting there.
Sorry. How I filled my cup was reading my Bible. The one thing that, like, because I was trying to say that when I was in COVID, I was refilling my cup and I was trying to share it with other people on TikTok.
Now, a lot of people, including myself back in the day, when someone tells me to read the Bible when I'm feeling depressed and feeling lonely, it's like this thick of a book. Where would you say someone should start, or a verse that maybe sits with you when you feel like you're empty?
The funny thing is, what I did was that firstly, my Bible's so cool. Like in the beginning of my Bible, there's like
Romans.
no, it's like basically scriptures for every type of situation that you're in. So it's like it's called a guide Bible. So basically, like if you're depressed, then it gives you those certain verses that you can go look at to like help you.
That's cool.
If you're like struggling with like,
you can chat GPT a verse then, technically.
Basically, it was like
Bible verse that relates to how I'm feeling right now.
Yeah.
Okay.
So it was basically like that in the front of my Bible. But
that's cool. That's
what I used to read a lot was Matthews. So I started with Matthews from beginning to end, and I actually sat and I studied Matthew because that's basically the life of Jesus and what Matthew actually documented what is there. So that's something I read, and I was like, yo, I've learned so much just from that book. But another thing that I used to do during COVID that like helped me refill my cup and taught me when I'm feeling low, like because I still get those feelings like I'm lost, I'm lonely, was to have a routine, like a set routine of like, look, get up in the morning, do this, do that. Now that I have a job, like I'm kind of forced to have a routine. But yeah, like having a routine, being healthy and a good routine. I'm not talking about like any other routine. Having like go to the gym,
what you're saying. Okay.
Eating healthy or eating the same thing. You know what I mean? It sounds kind of boring, but like it helped me refill my cup.
I'm not going to give a long answer like he did, but like a simple way that I just refill my cup. This is for all the heathens out there. I'm joking.
What's the heathen?
A heathen?
Yeah.
Someone who doesn't like believe.
Oh, okay. Like an atheist.
Or whatever you
Crazy. I've always heard that word, never knew what it meant.
It's a joke. But this advice goes to anyone. Just start putting yourself first. That's what helped with me. I was very much savior complex. I felt good helping other people, which in itself is actually selfish, by the way. So start treating yourself, not in a bad way, like get fat, unless that's what you want to do. Go to the gym. I guess read the word, educate yourself. Start putting yourself first. Try to make yourself the best version of yourself. And last thing,
that's basically what I was trying to say in a long version.
Just check on your homies. Make sure that they are okay.
Yeah. I feel like there's a couple of people that, like, no matter how close they are to you, they never really like reach out. And even though like I have a couple of friends that I love to bits, I never check up on them. Like, don't be that person.
Don't be Josh.
Yeah, shout out Josh. Anyway, so going on a bit about, reaching out to your homies. I haven't seen Ethan in like 3 weeks. So I thought now it's a good time to ask him some personal questions in front of you guys, since, we are
lovely.
We are bonding, Okay. So my first question is, how was your Mother's Day? Just a nice, simple one.
I was actually very busy.
What happened?
So I was actually busy taking your mom out for the whole day. I'm just making sure that you felt like this.
I asked him the question of how was your Mother's Day, and he said, "Why don't you ask me on the podcast?" And now I know why. But anyway,
there's a lot of moms that just filled up my plate.
Crazy.
I was literally just scrolling on like Instagram, like, damn, like some of you are blessed, bro. Like, does your father know how lucky of a man he is?
Crazy. Okay.
Yeah, man.
That was my first question gone. So I've seen Ethan. Those who follow Ethan and on his close friends on Instagram, he's been practicing some piano.
Okay, good.
Tell me more about that. Like I've heard you play piano. I know he's very good at it, by the way. So people that
I used to play a lot when I was like younger. Guitar.
Just go like this quickly. Look how spread out his fingers is just to play piano.
hate you. I used to play a lot of guitar and piano when I was like younger,
Mm.
and you know, it's fine. I'm a grown ass man now. It will leave me in the past. I was part of the choir as well. So I used to like do a lot of singing. My father like made me and my sister like learn like proper like theory of music when we were
Because he
young.
knew, like, you know, the looks were never going to get there. You have to have some other talent.
Yo, I haven't seen him for 3 weeks. Just go yell it. Yeah. So yeah, and music is really a way that I can calm down, relax, and get lost in it. I don't like looking up YouTube tutorials about how to like play songs. I would literally rather sit there for like hours trying to like figure it out myself.
Like by ear.
Yeah. Because something I've noticed is that it's even like in conversations, I'm really good when I can like focus on one thing. So when there's a lot going on in the real world now, I'm even talking now. I think people have come over to my house like, Bri, and when there's literally like 10 different conversations happening around me.
Can I touch on the story?
I was going to probably tell the story.
Okay, no, you can tell your story. And
so there are 10 people around me, they're having 10 different conversations. And it happens often, I'll just put in my earphones.
We're literally brying, We're playing games, board games, and you just see Ethan by the fire with his earphones because he's brying. So like, what the fuck, bro? Like, this is your house, and you're just chilling there.
Because it's sometimes just a lot going on that I need to like. So music helps me to focus in on one thing.
Okay.
Okay, let me ask you my question.
No, I have one more. Okay.
Oh.
So I saw you giggling at your phone before the podcast, and I saw it was from Instagram. All the DMs coming through.
There's not all the DMs coming.
Please explain. How's your love life going?
So I'm lonely.
You know those people that we were talking about before.
It's just me.
Ethan's voice is in his head.
My love life, it's like my great grandmother.
Then crazy.
No, nothing. I'm just because
I saw those. That was clearly a DM.
Oh, God forbid. God forbid. No, I'm just chatting to people, but like a lot of them are just homies. A lot of them are homies. So that I'm
female homies. You
can have homegirls. I have a couple of homegirls. Well, nothing comes from it. We had one on the podcast. You know.
That's true. That's true. We were gonna have a second one, but you know.
Okay, Tristan, tell me, what's it like? What's it like being in the rat race? Huh? Hey, going to town.
Honestly, every single day. Eh? You know those TikToks where the rat is like on the train
on the computer. It's really sad.
No, it's sad, bro. It's like all dark.
No, it's not. Are you mentally okay, bro? You're not gonna.
Huh?
You're not gonna.
I'm okay. I must say, like, these past few weeks without Ethan, you know, it's been a bit rough. You know, he's like kind of like my
this tall,
my therapist,
nonchalant, handsome, humble, comedic relief. Basically, for lack of better words, perfection. I'm sure your life will be a bit down.
Yeah, no, definitely. But I just want to say thank you so much, guys. We are busy with our samples.
The place where it's getting embroidered, they're quote unquote at full capacity right now. I gave them 2 pieces. I feel really bad. It's coming. I'm on their arse about it. For lack of better words. I don't want to give you guys a date, but also the next podcast that we're going to be doing, guaranteed we will have a guest and we'll be releasing close to when get the shoot. Dude, I'm getting like peeved at everyone. Everyone's just wasting my time. I'm genuinely tweaking.
You've been telling me for like the past week. It's like, don't worry, bro. We're gonna shoot these samples soon.
Yeah, everyone's wasting my time, bro. Anyway, thank you for watching, guys. Stay safe. Okay.